Hey guys, it's Rebecca. I'm hoping you can hear me. I'm sitting in my living room. It's 5 after 1 at night. It's Thursday night, Friday morning, so it's pretty late. Actually gonna take one headphone out, so just that way I can hear if Justin wakes up. I'm trying not to wake him up. You might be able to hear my TV in the background, so I'm just gonna turn that down. I thought I would record a video. I was trying to record videos today and I kept getting interrupted, so I may link those, I may not link those. But I was trying to record videos because I've been symptomatic all day. We had storms today, which has kind of sucked in terms of these hemiplegic migraines, and pain level, I would say, was probably like a 5, which is actually pretty low. But the other symptoms were pretty bad, so like my swelling. So I get a lot of symptoms, and I'm actually going to do a video at some point and there's a list that I found that's like all the different symptoms you can get besides just like head pain with a hemiplegic migraine. And so things like swelling, joint pain, that sort of thing. So my joint pain was really bad. Muscle spasms were really bad today. Muscle weakness was really bad. The pins and needles were excruciatingly bad and burning today. Feeling like I was going to have a seizure all day was terrible. Concentration was terrible. It's still not fantastic. Those types of things. Exhaustion, not getting enough sleep. Insomnia. That is my best friend right now. Which really sucks. I haven't dealt with insomnia in like 2 years, and I forgot what insomnia feels like. So lots of insomnia. But like all in all, it was still a decent day. I had ribbon. It's not ribbing too much. I'll just move that a little bit. I hope it's nice. I had a decent day. I had an appointment at the bariatric clinic today, which I actually found a little bit frustrating. It looks like I have 2 more appointments, at least, before I can get a surgery date. So it does look like I'm going to have to do a psych evaluation, which I think is kind of dumb, but whatever. I'll do whatever they want me to do. I'll just get it done. So 2 more appointments. So sleep clinic and psych evaluation, and then I should be good to go. And then so hopefully, by the sounds of it, because I was like, oh, sorry, my hand slipped. Hopefully since the psych eval is on May 19th, so I'm hoping that by like beginning of June, middle of June, we'll have an idea or a date for surgery. So hopefully, sometime this summer, I will have surgery. That would be super awesome. It's later than I had anticipated. But it is faster than the 1-year mark. My 1 year from the start date would be, I started my process in October. So if I have surgery this summer, that is faster. That would put it about like 9 months or so. So, I can't complain at that. And it's just frustrating, you always want it to be a little bit faster. You want to get through the process, especially when you're dealing with a lot of health complications. So kind of hoping that it just goes faster. That's all. I just want it done. That, and like, I'm always nervous about surgery, so I just kind of want to get it done and over with. So yeah. But other than that, the appointment that I went to was with the social worker. It went well. I really like the social worker here. He's fantastic. So that was exciting. Maybe not exciting. I don't know if that was the right word, but he's a great guy. Easy to talk to. Very positive. So always a good experience talking to him. Very uplifting. So yeah. And then I got to meet with a lovely lady that I've made friends with at my gym for coffee today. And since I've been off with these migraines, I haven't been at the gym. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Wow. The problem is I yawn, but I can't sleep. I can't shut my brain off, or the pain in my head is too bad, or I start feeling nauseous when I try to sleep, so I can't sleep. But I'm tired, so I'm sorry if I yawn. I really do apologize. I'm not trying to be rude. One of the ladies that I made friends with at the gym and I went for coffee, but I hadn't really had a chance to touch base with her and let her know that I was okay and why I hadn't been at the gym, and so she'd been a bit worried. So I was able to send her an email and just be like, hey, I'm okay, things are good. So we sat and had coffee, which was nice, but it definitely took a lot out of me. And I had planned to do some other things today, and I just had to come home, and so I've been pretty much on the couch ever since. I tried doing some work with Jamberry this evening, and I think I got one video posted. I got one video posted on my VIP page, and that was about the extent of it. Outside of that, pretty much on my couch. So, yeah. I'm not loving this, gotta say. That's how I feel about it. But you know what? I know I'm really sorry because I know I've been complaining a lot. And guys, I swear, like in my everyday life, I'm not as much a complainer as I'm coming across. I promise. With everything that's going on, I'm so overwhelmed. I don't know how to process a lot of this. This is all very new. I've been sick off and on my whole life, but this particular illness, I know nothing about it really. Everything I know has been through joining like a Facebook support group. It's been by Googling. It's been like figuring out what I could figure out. There's almost no information online. Wow, that's a really bad position. Sorry, I'm trying to like reposition. Sorry, just a sec. I'm trying to reposition the tablet because that's like a terrible position for it. Hold on. There we go. I'm just realizing like I do not take good videos. Jeepers. Sorry guys, y'all put up with such bad camera angles, but whatever. That sort of works. Hopefully it just doesn't like flop forward. So I know I've mentioned it before, but like 1 in 10,000 people get diagnosed with hemiplegic migraines. So there's not a lot of information out there about hemiplegic migraines. There's not a lot of research that's going into it. It is an invisible illness. It is a chronic illness. It is one of those illnesses that they do say can get worse over time. It's actually interesting, like as you start researching it, like the different ways that it can present. So for some people, like they never have pain So they never get the migraine pain. They just get like numbness, tingling, vision loss or blurry vision, inability to speak, like some of those things, and some of the scarier symptoms, like some of the stroke-like symptoms. Some people only get blinding pain. They never get the other stuff. Some people get a combination of both. Some people have an attack once in their whole entire life. Some people have an attack every day for 2 years. It's just such a messed up sort of series of symptoms. It's unpredictable. It's often, like, I just keep hearing it referred to as the beast. And that's actually how it feels. You know, there's a beast inside of my head and it's angry all of the time. So, yeah. I'm trying to think. My brain just went blank. I'm sorry, guys. Wow. Like, really, really blank. One of the things I do want to talk about is, wow, okay, my nail just got stuck. Oh my god. I'm such a spaz. I'm sorry, guys. Like, seriously, I'm such a spaz. One of the things I do want to talk about is if you're the partner of someone who has a chronic illness, whether it's asthma, whether it's anxiety, depression, chronic fatigue syndrome, COPD, COPD, that's it, COPD, sorry. Whether it's lupus, whether it's the migraines, whether it's bipolar, any mental health disorder, any chronic illness, I would implore you, I would beg you to do your research on the illness. Make sure you know as much as you can know about that illness, about the ins and outs of that illness, about the different things. Not so much so that, like, you're going to overwhelm your partner with that information, but that you know, so that if their symptoms change, you know what to look for. You know what is symptomatic and what is just a bad day. So that if they have a mood change or if they're acting out of character, you're not like, wow, that person's just acting like a total jerk. You can actually be like, oh, I remember reading that mood swings are a sign of, bipolar. And then you know to watch and see if there's any other symptoms and keep a log of it. And then if things start getting worse, like progressively worse, make sure you have a good relationship with your partner's doctor or doctors or team of doctors or whatever that looks like, that you can call them and you can be like, hey, I think things are getting worse. I think we need to look at medication changes. We need to look at course of action or treatments or whatever for whatever the illness is. Make sure you have a good relationship with your partner. Like, open communication is key. But you have to put the work and effort into it. And I know it's exhausting for both of you, but there's going to be two things. Your partner's not going to want to talk about their illness with you because it's exhausting. And they're going to want you to be the one place that they can go where they don't have to talk about their illness. And they're also going to want to be like, you're the one place where they can feel normal. But there needs to be an openness where if things are going bad, you can go to them and be like, hey, I'm seeing these series of symptoms. Is there something going on that's triggering it? Or is this because your illness is getting worse? The other thing is that I would also really, really beg you to watch your vocabulary. Do some research on things like proper vocabulary or good vocabulary uses or things like that for people with chronic illness. Because there are things that you could say, even inadvertently, to somebody that you really care about who has chronic illness, that could come across so hurtful. For instance, my husband did it today. He really didn't mean to, but he was picking me up from my coffee date, and I wanted to buy a baby shower gift for a baby shower I'm supposed to go to this weekend. And I had said, I need to look at something, but I'm really not feeling well. And what he said to me is, if you're not feeling as well as you say you are, and what that says to the person is, if you aren't making up what you say you aren't making up. And it's like, no, I'm making it up. Like, I'm feeling fine, and I'm lying. I'm just telling you I feel really bad. I really feel fine. I'm just telling you I feel really bad. Like, what he really meant is like, hey, if you're really not feeling well, we should get you home. Instead of like, he wasn't trying to imply that I was making it up, but that's how it came across. So I would encourage you to watch the kinds of words that you would be saying to your partner. But I would also encourage you when it comes to things like work, social life, spiritual life, exercise, anything in their life that involves leaving the house or staying in the house, anything at all. If the person in your life who has the chronic illness truly says that they can't do something that day, please don't shame them. Please don't tell them that they should just do it anyways. Please don't make them feel bad for not being able to do it. Excuse me. Please don't tell them that they don't have enough faith to be able to do it or imply that in any way. Please don't, put on them the burden that if they don't work full-time or part-time or a certain number of hours or whatever, that they're somehow letting down your family unit or letting down some expectation, or if they don't clean your house or if they don't whatever. If all they can do that day is get out of bed, brush their teeth, that's all they can do that day. I guarantee you the guilt that they feel in their head for feeling like they failed the world is already going to outweigh any negative thing that you can say to them. They don't need that negative thing that you're going to say to them on top of that. So if you feel the need to encourage them to go out and work, to encourage them to eat, to encourage them to do the dishes, to encourage them to go to work, maybe don't. Now, that being said, I have caveats to that. People need to eat food. It's important. Food is a necessity of life. I do believe in encouraging people to eat. But there might be ways to do that. Like, maybe encouraging them to eat is finding their favorite food or finding what they like and bringing that for them. Picking them up a bowl of soup and bringing it for them instead of being like, hey, get in the kitchen and make yourself some food. Because maybe they just don't have the energy to chop a salad. So maybe you offer to go to their favorite restaurant and bring them a taco salad, or bring them their favorite chicken Caesar salad or whatever, or bring them their favorite wrap, or bring them their favorite Buddha bowl, or whatever, their favorite chicken noodle soup, whatever the case may be. Or maybe you make them a special dinner and you make it romantic. Or if they can't get out of bed that day because they're in too much pain or they're feeling too ill, maybe you make it a romantic dinner in bed. And you bring it on a breakfast tray with, some flowers, and you watch a movie and you curl up together, and it just is something nice. So instead of shaming them, you show them love and compassion, and you quiet the voice in their head that tells them that they're a failure, they're worthless, or they're not enough because they couldn't reach that expectation that they feel that you have, or that you have said that you have. So yes, people need to eat. I'm not saying that, but I think like how you go about encouraging people is different. If someone's saying like, hey, like they got put off work, maybe going back to work for them, if they used to work 40 hours a week, maybe they're never going to work 40 hours a week again. Maybe going back to work for them is only ever going to be 4 hours a week. And maybe it's not going to be work. Maybe it's going to be volunteer work. That's going to be okay. You need to encourage them that when they come home and they say they're exhausted from that 4 hours, you're not berating them, being like, oh, well, I work 40 hours a week. What are you exhausted about? Be proud of them. Encourage them. I'm so proud of you that you did your 4 hours this week. That must have taken a lot out of you. How can I help you? Do you need some time to relax? Would you like your coloring book? Can I grab you a cup of tea? Because keep in mind, like, you're not fighting that same battle. You're not fighting the exhaustion, and you're not fighting the pain and all of the things that person's fighting. And I'm not saying that it's fair that you're working 40 hours and that I'm saying, oh, you should also cater to this person. But this person didn't ask to be sick either. And sometimes there's role reversals. And it's not a constant everyday thing. There's lots of days when sick people will take care of well people as best as we can. So I think there's a balance. I'm just asking that, please, if you are the loved one of someone who is chronically ill, that you will do whatever you can to show support and love and compassion to that person, that you will not shame them, especially if you're their spouse or their partner, romantic or otherwise. Help them through this process. If it's a new diagnosis into chronic illness, give them time to grieve. Give them time to process. Give them time to be angry. Understand that it's not directed at you. Understand that there's going to be a lot of emotions. Understand that it's going to be overwhelming and disconcerting, and there's going to be so much to take in, and it's not going to be a simple fix. And please don't use things like, well, just be glad it's not worse. You know what? I don't need to be glad that it's not worse. For me, this is worse. This is worse than what it was 3 weeks ago when I was fine and I was happy, and while I was in pain, I was in a pain that I understood, and I was in a pain that I could deal with. This is worse for me. If you're a Christian, or of any faith, or if you're anybody, I don't even care. Please don't ever use the, when people say, why me? Please don't ever use the, why not you? Well, I get the principle behind it. I think it's incredibly unfair. It's true, why not you? Why anybody in this world? It devalues and maybe devalues is the right word, or the only word I'm looking for. It devalues and detracts from the rawness and the realness that the person is trying to give to you when they say that they're having a moment where they're just like, why? Why is this happening? Why is it me? I don't understand. Because they feel that on some cosmic level, whether they believe in God or not, that they've done something so epically wrong that they're being punished for whatever is happening in their world. So don't say, why not you? Because at that point, you might get throat punched. I'm not going to lie. You may. Because that person's not going to feel like thinking, oh, yeah, you're right. Why not me? Why, it's better than some, poor person in Africa. While that might be true, that's not what they're going to be want to be thinking. They're going to want to be thinking, why me? There's so much that I want to accomplish. There's so much that I want to do. There's so much, and now I just feel stuck. There's there's so much that I want to like be doing right now. I don't want to be sitting on my couch. I want to be working. I want to be out with friends. I want to be enjoying this or that. I don't want to be hooked up to an IV at a hospital. I don't want to be asleep on my couch. I don't want to be dealing with insomnia. I don't want to be having mood swings or fighting with people or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't want to be dealing with all these things. I don't want to be on 20,000 new medications or struggling through all of these emotions. So just please love the people in your life. Be supportive, and remember, we get one life. This isn't a dress rehearsal. Support the people in your life. Love the people in your life. And just, I don't even know. I don't even know. This is just like, it's so important, guys. Support and love and care is what everybody wants, sick or not. Sick or not. It's like the main human courtesy we all want. We all want to feel loved. We all want to feel valued. We all want to feel care. We all want to feel cared for. That's not a surprise. So, we should all be showing it to each other anyways. So that's my challenge. Show each other that you care about each other. So whether you're sick or not, but especially if you have someone in your life who is sick, please just take a moment to step back and think about the world through their eyes and what they might be feeling for a minute, and help them to think about the world through yours. Have the conversations. All right, guys, that's my rant, my soapbox, I guess. I don't even know. That was really long and crazy, and I'm really sorry. And did I mention that it's like 1:30? And wow, that was crazy. I just went off to the side. All right. I guess I'm gonna sign off for the night. I hope you're all doing really well. I really do. I hope you're all healthy. I hope you're all smiling. I hope you're all laughing. I hope you're all loving your loved ones. And I hope you're all getting ready for your weekend. So I will talk to you all soon. And yeah, until next time. Bye, guys.